some of you might look at that and think, oh man, that's a pretty dreary countryside. I look at that and think, oh man, that's some badass USPSA weather. Let's get to work. Hey guys, Work here. Welcome back to Work the Trigger. So we are driving out to Wildcat Valley Rifle and Pistol Club. That is hard to remember that the rifle comes first in that name. Anyway, so we're going to go out there and do our September USPSA. Now, if you notice, it's been a while since I've shot a USPSA vlog, and that's because it's been a while since I've shot USPSA. Our July match was on 4th of July weekend, so didn't get out then, spent the day with the family. And then our August match, I woke up with just a splitting headache. Did not feel good. It wasn't coronavirus, but it was not good to go shooting that day. So now I'm heading out there, feeling pretty good physically wise, about like no headaches, but performance wise, not so much. I've spent 20 minutes on the range. That's my longest range session in the last 2 months, 20 minutes. So, not looking for high performance today, but I am still going to aim for like top 10. But there are a couple of things that might keep me from that. And you will see what those are here in just a little bit when we go through my gear. Yeah, it's interesting. And I have a couple of people to blame for this, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. But in the meantime, we're heading out there. For once, I'm actually not late, like not at all. It's 40 minutes till the match starts, and I'm like 10 minutes out, so I'm gonna be there early. I'm gonna be able to actually walk stages, talk with people, get ready a little bit, and we'll go through my gear a little bit once we get there. Because as I said, it is different. We're not shooting the Shadow 2 this week. But it should be a fun match. We're on a really good squad, lots of good shooters, lots of fun shooters. So we will end up seeing you out there. We got a guy shooting on the channel who you guys haven't seen shoot with us for a little while. So we're looking forward to that. Let's get out there. Okay, so I've got some real quick beef to pick. So I'm heading out here, and like I wanted to listen to some like good music, and my phone's data kind of sucked on the way out here. I don't know, that's the first time that's happened. Anyway, so I flip on what is supposed to be our rock station, and it's reruns of freaking Bob and Tom. Now, my complaint with Bob and Tom lays completely separately. Back in the day when I had a 45-minute commute to work, in that 45 minutes, Bob and Tom talked about absolutely zero of what they said that they were going to talk about. So like all the guests and stuff, nobody ever came on. I went to work at 8. Apparently, their schedule was set by like a 9 o'clock schedule, but I digress. Anyway, who the hell wants to listen to that on a weekend, on a Saturday? Who's driving somewhere where they want that instead of like music? I don't know. Anyway, end of rant. Let's get to looking at stage. Well, I got to finish packing up, and then let's look at stages. So, the deal with the setup this month. Okay, so here's the dealio. Is this is what we're shooting this month. We're shooting the P10F, but not just the P10F. Okay, we're shooting the P10F in an appendix rig. Why do I let people talk me into this? Okay, so the high power guys are gonna get super annoying today. They're over there like blasting away. But anyway, so that's right, you heard me. I'm shooting appendix today, a P10F, so I'm shooting a carryable rig. The holster that I'm running is a Holsterco Praetorian. It's actually the only holster that I can fit the P10F into, plus it's a sidecar style holster, so I've got my spare mag up front. And then I also have my reload wrap. This is my secondary mag option. The reload wrap is a super cool, somebody forgot his reload wrap. You can't see him, it's fuzzy. So somebody forgot his reload wrap, but so that is my secondary mag option. Hopefully I don't forget I have one and go for the other, but it's going to be an interesting week. I am still aiming for top 10. We'll see how that goes because, but the P10F is an amazing shooting gun. I'm super sad that I didn't get the P10F competition ready like a bunch of people, but I'm tiny fish. But let's go look at the stages a little bit, take a look at them before we end up running them. We've got about 10 minutes before the shooter meeting, so that should give us plenty of time to just at least walk past them. Okay, so Timothy is on stage design this month, and he's got some pretty good stages. I'm kind of excited. He's got a lot of movement, which is not super cool for those of us who are carrying appendix. but this is pretty cool. We've got a target here, we've got a steel up here hiding right around that barrel, and then we've got another cardboard right here mirrored on the other side, and then we've got up front, you can see Bill, you can't see him very well, but he's going up front to be able to take 3 more targets up there. So that is stage 1, and we're actually starting on stage 1 this week. So let's run over to stage 2 and see what that one looks like. All right, so we're trying out our new microphone too. I can be behind the camera and talk. So this is the classifier. So we've got draw, shoot 2 on each one of those, reload, shoot 2 on each one of those. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Even shooting appendix, I think we're gonna be solid on this one.
Go!
My ears! All right. A little bit better. Thank you, sister. And that was Timothy's ass. So the cool thing about the reload wrap here is you can actually adjust the ride height like super easy, and it stays. It's not like a Neo Mag where like you're relying on the magnetics. Like this has a bottom to it, so if I want it to sit a little bit higher, I can adjust it and it's not going to drop down anymore. It's just going to be there. So that's my backup. I've got a mag running appendix, and then I've got I'm running a 19 with a +2 appendix, and then I'm going to start with a 19 +2. So this is stage 1. We didn't walk the rest of the stages just because of reasons, but first shooters get ready to go. So.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Okay, so first stage is down, 293 hit factor, so not that great, like in grand scheme of things, but there's a lot of movement in this stage, so really time versus points, I don't think it's too bad, especially for running appendix. I guess I'll take it. I had 1 round that didn't fire, I'm not sure why, identified quick, did a quick rack, and got a new round in there. I'm running my reloads, so it might have been a reload issue. The black bullets are actually running in the P10F, which is nice. I do have full metal jackets to be able to run those if I have too many more reload issues with my black bullets, but for right now we're going to try the black bullets. Next up is the classifier, which it's got a mandatory reload in it, and again I'm running appendix, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I did pretty good on that last stage, so I think I'm just going to aim for headshots and not try to work like around the no shoots. We'll just stay away from them, but we'll get to it here in just a second. I'm glad that it wasn't our first stage. We're warmed up a little bit, so. Okay, so as is per usual, totally screwed up the classifier. This time it wasn't my fault. Like the hits were freaking solid.
You loaded the rounds.
Huh?
You loaded the
I did load the rounds, but what I mean, I should have just run factory. The black bullets, I shouldn't have guessed that a CZ would run them, because it was almost getting into battery, so it was enough that I couldn't identify before, but then I was getting light strikes and just no fun. But the hits were good. It was like a 2-something hit factor. It wasn't great. But anyway, so I'm just gonna get over that and keep playing. This one is gonna be fun. So let's hope that my rounds do better. We'll find out. So another little point about the classifier. You'll notice I stopped and looked back at the RO. So he thought he saw my finger on the trigger during my reload. I don't know, and nobody could confirm, but he had said trigger while I was shooting, so I stopped to look back to see if he was asking me to stop, and didn't say anything, but that ate up massive amount of time. But that was my fault. I wasn't as clear about finger off trigger as I needed to be. So yeah, that ate up another like 2 seconds, and then I did have 1 mic in there as I was trying to get my damn reloads to work, but the hits were good, at least when I did hit. it's a very good idea to not completely ignore the steel when you're shooting. I'm just throwing that out there. I did really good other than that. Called my shots pretty well. I had one, I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, other than the missed steel, it was a solid run, but I missed the steel, so there is that. I got like 3 more stages to make this crap up on, because right now I think Timothy's beating me. Okay, so as you've noticed, not been the best match thus far. This one is very interesting. This one is an unloaded start from the center of a very busy field. So this is going to take a lot of planning, and I've not been doing well with that today. So it's either planning or my bullets don't work. That should be fun. So hopefully now that I'm running the just my factory ammo, I should at least not have to worry about that anymore. The gun itself is running great, other than those reloads, but I'm going to blame that on myself. But yeah, so I'm going to go up and run this a couple of times before, because I have no idea what I'm going to do, because Timothy stacked the crap out of this particular one. There's a lot of rounds in here. It's 2 each, right? You didn't do 3 on this one? All right, good. So the quality of the range footage is going to change a little bit. Why is that focused on other people? Anyway, because, well, it's raining and this camera's not waterproof, but I digress. Anyway, so that one was better, way better. I'm not used to drawing from my appendix mag, but lots of Alpha Charlies, but I'm all right with that. I hit everything at least. I didn't skip any steel this time, so that's solid. So that was an okay run, except for the steel. For some reason, I just couldn't hit it. I scooted back instead of taking it for the front. If I had gone from the front, I probably would have nailed it the whole time, but we just spent time moving. So I don't know which way was the right way to roll, but that's the way I did it, and I got beat by both Builder and Timothy, so that's always fun. But we got 1 more stage to go, I think, so we'll see you there. That was our last stage, which was my best stage, which is good, I guess. I got like a 7, get back in the light, 7.6 hit factor on that one. So, huh? Yeah, what'd you get? So that one went pretty well, but I think we broke, I don't know if we broke top 10 this time, if I did, because I did not do hot. I didn't do hot at all. But yeah, so I guess we'll see what the scores are. Timothy actually does a pretty good job of getting them up. Getting it up when by the time that we oh yeah, he gets them up pretty quick, and he finishes them quick too. It's too much. Anyway, I'll see you after the scores come out. Okay guys, so we got the results back and they're not so great. So I got 12th overall and 5th in carry optics. Now that might sound great, but there were only 30 shooters there and only like 12 of them in carry optics in the first place. So I scored top half of both, but not by much. That classifier just killed me. And honestly, it's nobody's fault but my own. I didn't thoroughly test the ammo. I ran about 4 mags of that ammo through the gun before I took it to the match. Thought that I was okay, and when I had that one misfire on the first stage, I should have just called it and switched over to factory ammo or my Hoosier Bullets ammo. but I didn't. That was my fault. So really, like, as far as I go, it was a really, really bad showing. But we've got another match next month. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to end up shooting because the appendix thing was fun, but at the same time, I've got my Shadow 2 and I've got a new dot on the Shadow 2, which I'm really looking forward to playing around with. By that time, I should have some new grips on the Shadow 2, so that's going to be fun. So there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not 100% sure how the next month's going to go. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I'm going to make next month anyway. Next month, we've got something going on, and I'm not sure I'm going to make it, but I know that I need to get out shooting more. I could tell that my speed, especially in acquiring the dot, was like way off. Especially in like movement situations where I was moving back and drawing or having to grab it and move forward. For some reason, I couldn't pick up the dot that quick. The really weird part is I was shooting my P10F, which mimics my carry gun, which I dry fire with relatively often. So I don't know. It's just one of those days. You have bad days with this stuff. Hopefully, if I can get out again this year, I won't have a bad day. I'm really hoping I do. We normally have the option for a November match. It's kind of weather dependent. We live in Indiana, and so it could be anywhere from like 70 and sunny to 0 and snowing. But I may take you guys along for a couple of range trips, if I can get a couple of range trips in for this kind of thing, because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Things in like the side job world and the real life world have been stacking up a little bit, so honestly I haven't been out shooting that much. And when I do get out shooting, I really need to get the PDP out and get that done. Should probably do that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching the USPSA vlog. I hope you like it. If you did like it, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and let me know down in the comments. If you like what we do here on the channel and you want to help out a little bit, head over to workthetrigger.com. Over there, you're going to find coupon codes, affiliate codes, and merch and custom designed gun accessories. Remember, guys, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.